I say it once, I say The Diamond Jubilee celebration began for some even before they landed. Here's what happened to one flight from Montreal.
Again, we want to take this opportunity to wish a good time here in Portugal for the group coming from Vancouver and Toronto. The special Diamond Jubilee Mubarak. So we hope again you have a good time here. We'll see you on your return flight.
And when Smileys landed in Lisbon, they were greeted at the airport by volunteers and their smiles. Welcome to beautiful Lisboa, Diamond Jubilee Mubarak. My name is Natasha Rosa and I'll be your host throughout these 7 days leading up to Durbar with everything exciting that's happening, important information, important events that you don't want to miss out on. So join me in this journey throughout my city. The grand opening of the Patio Mela started with a mamero ceremony, led by the Mozambique Marching Band. They were followed by Mukiani Saibas and Kamanani Saibas from the Portugal jurisdiction Jamaat, and then the senior leadership. You can see many people wearing bandani, which symbolizes joy. Artists from all around the world are getting the red carpet treatment for Jubilee Arts. These talented individuals will proudly have their work featured in the International Art Gallery, the Talent Showcase, and the International Film Festival. We asked them how it feels to be here for Lisboa 2018.
I feel very privileged, and it's like very good opportunity for the youngsters. basically you, as an youngster, you don't get every chance over there.
Tonight is the first of the Jubilee concerts, the Kings of Rhythm. People are already lined up behind me to get into Altice Arena.
I'm Mawlana and I'm from New Zealand, and I am really excited for this concert because I love Bollywood music and Shaker.
We're from Dallas and we're really excited about the concert because we get to see not only some Indian artists but also a legendary Arab singer, Khalid, so that's the one I'm really excited about.
Internationally renowned artist Sheb Khalid, the dynamic duo of Vishal, Shekhar, and Portuguese artist Cuca Rosetta wowed the crowd. That is what day one looked like at Lisboa 2018. Follow all the action on our social media and the Dottie Smiley. See you tomorrow. Adeus, good night, and Yali Madat. I'm your host, Natasha Rosa, and this is day 2 of the Diamond Jubilee celebrations. Today, I'm going to show you the best way to see the city. You can take an open-air bus tour, and from here, we have the best view of the city. This is the Mosteiro dos Jerónimos, a monastery built in 1502. It houses the tomb of the legendary explorer Vasco da Gama. This is Praça do Comércio, one of the biggest squares in Europe. It's a great place to walk or just sit and watch the world go by. Mawlana Hazar Imam landed today, and thousands of Ismailis lined the streets of Lisbon to welcome as his motorcade drove past. Onlookers waved flags, and you could see the joy on everyone's face.
I welcome today Your Highness Prince Aga Khan. And your family, on the occasion of the closing ceremonies of the Diamond Jubilee, I once heard Your Highness say that what motivated him was to see, I quote, what can we do to improve the quality of people's lives? The work carried out in different corners of the world is a demonstration of this constant concern of Your Highness and your family, for whom the concept of happiness is also the perception that the conceived and implemented projects actually have a positive impact on the day-to-day lives of people, regardless of creed or origin. It is in this spirit of openness and action for the improvement of people's lives that I ask everyone to join me in a toast to the health, happiness, and prosperity of His Highness Prince Aga Khan and his family on this special occasion for this Maidi community around the world, the celebration of the Diamond Jubilee of His Highness Prince Aga Khan IV. My family and I are deeply honored by the hospitality and the courtesies between and the people and the government of Portugal have extended to us. I wish to thank you for hosting this magnificent dinner to mark my visit, the conclusion of my Diamond Jubilee, and the designation of the seat of the Ismaili monarch at the Palacete Enrique Mendoza. I acknowledge with immense gratitude your continued support for the establishment of the seat of the Ismaili monarch in Portugal since the signing of the treaty in June 2015. Your unwavering and enthusiastic collaboration has confirmed our hopes that Portugal will be a welcoming partner. We have a very welcoming environment in Portugal. We have shared values, an appreciation for diversity, and a commitment to improve the quality of life where we live around the world. It is my sincere hope that with the establishment of the seat of the monarch in Portugal, we can contribute to improving the quality of life in Portugal and worldwide. Your Excellency, I look forward to the future and to our continued partnership. May I ask you please to raise your glasses in a toast to His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Portugal, and to the people of Portugal.
The International Art Gallery is now open at the Portuguese Pavilion. Inside, you'll find a showcase of visual art, including paintings, sculptures, graphic design, and art installations. Come and meet some of our diverse and talented artists and find out what inspires them.
Yeah, Ali Bildad. My name is Salman Hadwani and he's Kareem Qasim Ali. We made this sculpture and it's called Burnt in Love. We are so excited to be here because it's so good to see the diversity of our Jamaat and most importantly art. So it's really great to meet all the artists here with the Jamaat.
Legendary actor and director Nasiruddin Shah gave a keynote address about his award-winning work and the Diamond Jubilee celebration.
In a day and age when reviling and condemning the Islamic faith seems to have become the most popular global hobby, it's the existence of people like the Ismaili community which can offer the best rebuttal to this vilification.
I am here with one of our Chai and Chat artists, Sarah Tower. She's a Canadian drummer, and you might recognize her from one of her YouTube videos. Take a look. So Sarah, do you have any advice for young people that are passionate about music?
The advice that I would give to young artists is to educate yourself in music, practice every day, become technically great, but also educate yourself in business and what it means to be an artist, not just a musician.
The International Film Festival has kicked off with a red carpet premiere at the No Cinema at the Vasco da Gama Mall. The festival features short films ranging from documentary, narrative, animation, and experimental storytelling. There will be a live question and answer sessions with the filmmaker after the screening of their films. Speaking of screens, Patio Mela was full of fans of the beautiful game, and they couldn't take their eyes off the screens. Brazil was taking on Belgium, and let's just say, it didn't end well for the Brazilians. Music fans have a lot to enjoy at the Patio Mela. There are bands and DJs playing all day and into the night. That is what Day 2 looked like at Lisboa 2018. Follow up on all the action on our social media or Dadari Smiley. See you tomorrow. Adeus and Yali Madat. Welcome to Lisboa. Bem-vindos a Lisboa. We are here at Marquês de Pombal, a very historical site in this city. It signifies the repairing of the city after a very massive earthquake in 1755. It's day 3 of the Diamond Jubilee celebration, and things are really picking up here at the Parque das Nações. This is the sentiment wall. There are a couple of them around the park where you can reflect on how the Diamond Jubilee inspires you.
I salute the volunteers, I salute the entire team that they have put on all this together, and you know, this is an awesome thing I ever had.
Look at this sign. Far East, France, India, Iran, Kenya. We are one global Jamaat. Everyone is here in Lisboa for the Diamond Jubilee celebrations.
My name is Isa Yusufi, come from Norway.
I'm Nasmuddin Purji, I'm from Kenya.
My name is Alana and I'm from Vancouver.
I am Reza Hassani from Iran.
My name is Rahim, I'm from Australia.
Diamond Jubilee Mubarak.
Diamond Jubilee Mubarak.
Diamond Jubilee Mubarak.
Diamond Jubilee Mubarak.
Coming all the way from Iran is 87-year-old Halima. We spotted her dancing and dancing and dancing. She's dancing because the Diamond Jubilee is so special for her. Halima's family says she was never able to attend Darbar for Mawlana Sultan Muhammad Shah.
Her family are so poor, then they couldn't go to the Darbar.
So, if you see Halima, say Yali Madat and join her for a dance. When you see her, you can't help but smile. Over at the International Art Gallery, these painters from around the world are coming together. They had only 90 minutes to paint their own 12 by 12 canvas. They will hang together as a single work, showcasing their diversity, but united by the theme of My Journey to Jubilee.
The green color I chose because green color is for prosperity, and the red color represents vibrant color because it's very vibrant.
You get diamond hai diamond jubilee, mere mala ki diamond jubilee.
Have you ever heard of Sufi pop rock? Meet the Sophistics, a quartet from Dallas, Texas that has a distinctly modern take on devotional music. You can catch them at Patio Mela. Each movement has a meaning. This is a workshop for Kathak, a classical form of Indian dance that is all about the art of storytelling. Over at the Altice Arena, there's a long lineup of people for the first of 3 nights of the International Talent Showcase.
Yeah, no, bring Rudy with you. Bring Rudy with you.
It's a live display of performing arts on grand stage that celebrates the talent and diversity of our global Jamaat. Tonight's theme is Reflection.
Now or never take a chance. Destiny is in your hands. Your eyes reveal a story untold and unknown. The world is calling to you.
Welcome back. We are here in beautiful Lisboa. We have one of the best views in the city right now. We are on the 9th floor of the Tivoli Hotel and we are enjoying the sights. Right now, behind me, you can see the Castelo de São Jorge, which is also an historical landmark that you should visit. On day 4 of the Diamond Jubilee celebration, Prince Hussein and Prince Ali Mohammed visited the Parque das Nações. They started their day at the International Film Festival, where Prince Ali Mohammed presented his film, Close to Home.
The people of northern Pakistan's high mountain regions have faced emergencies like these, one after another, for centuries.
It's his personal account of being on the ground in northern Pakistan, where he met many families whose lives have been affected by natural disasters.
Climate change is an issue that is becoming more and more urgent, and it's an issue that my generation and young adults will have to deal with. And that's why I went to northern Pakistan, and I made Close to Home.
Next, they visited the exhibition hall, where a specially curated collection of Prince Hussein's nature photographs are on display. The photos show the rich diversity of animal life and the natural world. They are part of a collection made available to an organization called Focused on Nature, which he founded to help protect endangered species. Later in the afternoon, Prince Hussein and Prince Ali Mohammed viewed some of the artwork at the International Art Gallery.
To welcome members of the Noorani family, Prince Hussein and Prince Ali Muhammad Aga Khan.
Watch the matinee performance of the International Talent Showcase at the Portugal Pavilion, much to the delight of the audience and the performers.
The Diamond Jubilee is such a special event that wouldn't be possible without the hard work of countless volunteers from all over the world. And today, I want you to meet some of them.
Ya Ali Madad. My name is Shiza. I live here in Lisbon, and I'm a deaf volunteer with the health team. It's been great meeting the deaf Jamaat that's come from various countries and helping them when they need.
Hi, my name is Faisal Qasim. I'm a doctor from Australia and Canada, and I've decided to volunteer on the health and safety team just to give back to my community, the Ismaili community.
Over here is the registration area where volunteers are helping Jamaati members get their wristbands as well as a special Diamond Jubilee momentum. These volunteers are helping to spread the Jubilee spirit one Jamaati member at a time.
We've been seeing Jamaat from all over the world, from America, Canada, Asia, Africa, you name it, and we are having lots of fun here.
All aboard! Once you're in the gates, you can take a train to get from one end of Parque das Nações to the other, day or night. If you take the train, you might meet Kareem from Dallas, Texas.
Very happy to see all the Jamaat here together in this one place, so I can say my own experience is very, very humble.
Now we're in the room where the communications team is centered. Take a look. The team is working on coverage of the entire celebration all day and well into the night. Photographers, videographers, editors, producers, and writers who come from around the world are documenting every moment so that the worldwide Jamaat can experience Lisboa 2018 on social media and the web.
We have more than 200 volunteers working over the clock, writing articles, editing videos to give you a front row seat to the celebration.
Yali Madet, Diamond Jubilee Mubarak. Welcome, bem-vindos to beautiful Lisboa. I'm your host, Natasha Rosa, and this is day 5 of Diamond Jubilee celebrations. We are deeply honored by the presence of members of Mawlana Hazar Imam's family this afternoon. Prince Amin, Princess Zara, Prince Rahim, Princess Salwa, Prince Irfan, Prince Sinan, Miss Sarah Boyden, and Master Ilian Boyden all visited the Parque das Nações today and started their day at the exhibition hall. They viewed Rays of Light, an exhibition showcasing Mawlana Hazar Imam's commitment to humanitarian work over the past 60 years. They also visited the Ethics in Action exhibition, which illustrates how the Aga Khan Development Network incorporates key ethics into its work around the world. Later, they visited the International Art Gallery, which showcases the work of our talented visual artists, and then took in the matinee of the International Talent Showcase at the Portuguese Pavilion. When they left the site, hundreds of people waited outside to catch a glimpse and wave to them as they passed. We're now just outside the gates of the celebrations, and today I'm going to show you a once-in-a-lifetime experience up in the air above the Rio Tejo. On the Telecab in Lisboa, you can get a bird's-eye view of the Diamond Jubilee grounds at the Parque das Nações. It was built for Expo 98, also known as Expo 98. This is the best view I've ever seen. We are 30 meters up in the air, and we can see everything from here, including the Vasco da Gama Bridge, the longest bridge in Europe. Now that we're back on the ground, I want to show you the Aga Khan Museum pop-up experience. Even though the museum itself is in Toronto, a petite collection has made a special trip halfway around the world here to Lisboa 2018. You can come here and experience a virtual reality tour of the Fatimids exhibition and see a reconstruction of the Belle Rive room.
So the Belle Rive room was given to
the Aga Khan Museum. Prince Sadruddin was the avid collector in the family, and so this particular room is the start of the collecting within the family.
The day ended with the finale of the International Talent Showcase at the Altice Arena.
It is our distinct pleasure to welcome two very special guests tonight, Prince Rahim and Princess Salwa.
Hosted by Rizwan Manji and Rosmin Manji, it's the last of 3 exciting nights celebrating the diverse work of Ismaili performing artists. It ended with a show-stopping finale, the culmination of a journey of sights and sounds on the artistic theme of celebration.
Now or never take a chance. Destiny is in your hands. Your eyes reveal a story untold and unknown.
That's all for today in the Diamond Jubilee celebration Lisboa 2018. Yali Madet Diamond Jubilee Mubarak. Welcome, bem-vindos to beautiful Lisboa. I'm your host Natasha Rosa and this is day 6 of Diamond Jubilee celebrations. Today, Mawlana Hazar Imam made an historic address to the Portuguese Parliament. He thanked them for their welcoming endorsement of the establishment of the seat of the Ismaili Imamate, calling it a milestone moment. The address was webcast live around the world and in several locations throughout the Parque das Nações.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Your Excellency, President of Parliament, Eduardo Ferro Rodriguez, distinguished members of government, and members of Parliament, Honorable Mayor of Lisbon, Fernando Medina, Excellencies, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let me begin by expressing my most sincere gratitude to the President and the members of the Parliament for your very warm welcome in this remarkable setting, and to the President of the Republic for the invitation to visit Portugal. I recognize what a great honor it is to have been invited to speak to you today. It is always a personal pleasure for me to return to Portugal. I treasure wonderful memories of earlier visits here, including the gracious hospitality of the last 5 presidents of the Parliament. Portugal is surely an ideal place for me to conclude my Diamond Jubilee anniversary, celebrating my 60th year as Imam of the Shia Ismaili Muslims. During this Jubilee year, I have visited Ismaili communities in many parts of the world. And now, the anniversary events come to a happy culmination here in Portugal, so graciously facilitated by the strong collaboration of the Portuguese diplomatic service abroad and the civil service here in Lisbon. I am told that some 40,000 members of the Ismaili community have come here this week to share in our Jubilee celebrations. In the process, of course, they will also have the opportunity to discover Portugal, many of them for the first time. In doing so, they are joining a great wave of foreign visitors who have made Portugal one of the fastest growing travel destinations in the world. Of course, when we used the word discover in connection with Portugal, we are immediately reminded of the leading role that Portugal played in the great age of discovery, a half a millennium and more ago. The spirit of discovery, of reaching out, of connecting and engaging, has long been a central part of Portuguese culture. It was here, on the Iberian Peninsula, between the 8th and the 16th centuries, that the history of Al-Andalus was written, when Muslim administrations worked constructively with people of the Christian and the Jewish faiths, viewing a diversity of talents and energies as a source of strength rather than a cause for division. This pluralistic outlook has been reflected at many points throughout Portuguese history, and it has been powerfully expressed in the recent re-emergence of this country as an influential leader on the global stage. I think of the strong roles played by Portuguese leaders at the United Nations and UNESCO, at the European Commission, and, as of just last week, at the International Organization for Migration, to mention only a few examples. As I have traveled throughout the world in recent years, one of the most hopeful developments I have identified is the emergence of countries with the potential to become countries of opportunity. And certainly, Portugal has been earning a high place on that list. To become a country of opportunity is not an easy matter. It is something that the people and the government of a nation must work at creatively, patiently, and persistently. A country of opportunity is one that builds on the strengths of its past while also addressing its problems, embracing enduring values while respecting a variety of viewpoints. Countries of opportunity value legal structures that create a climate of predictability and confidence, an enabling environment for creative change. A country of opportunity is one that encourages cooperation among diverse interests, fostering partnerships between government and the private sector, for example, while also encouraging those private organizations that are designed to serve public goals, are what we often call the institutions of civil society. It is because of such factors that we can think today of Portugal as a country of opportunity, a country that seeks to honor both its past achievements and its future opportunities, to embrace both the gift of social stability and the promise of social progress. And the Portuguese Parliament is to be commended for its role in that encouraging story. My viewpoint on this matter is widely shared. One example is the Global Peace Index for 2018, a report for the Institute for Economics and Peace. The Global Peace Index measures some 23 economic, social, and political factors which contribute to peaceful societies in 162 countries. And it came as no surprise to see that among all the nations in the world, Portugal is ranked in the top 5. It was with these values in mind that we signed a historic agreement in Lisbon in 2015. An agreement to establish here a new seat of the Ismaili Imamate. This means that Lisbon, already a leading international crossroads city, will also now serve as a central connecting point for the global Ismaili community. After that agreement was signed 3 years ago, it was approved by the Portuguese Parliament. And I am pleased to thank the Parliament today in person for that welcoming endorsement. Of course, we can trace the story of Ismaili engagement with Portugal back many years, even to the time when Ismailis settled in Portuguese territories in India in the 17th century, or when later Ismaili settlers came to Mozambique. Another milestone moment was the generous welcome that Portugal offered almost half a century ago to many Ismailis fleeing the Mozambican civil war. Since that time, Ismaili ties to Portugal have multiplied. The Arkan Foundation in Portugal was established in the mid-1980s. In 1998, we created a new Ismaili center in Lisbon. Protocols of cooperation between the Imamate and Portugal were signed in 2005, in 2008, in 2009, and in 2016. As well as a memorandum of understanding between the Arkan University and the Catholic University of Portugal. The word momentum comes to mind. What we celebrate today is an advancing sense of momentum, a spirit of progressive partnership between the Portuguese nation and the Ismaili Imamate. Today, the Ismailis are a highly diversified community, living in more than 25 countries, mostly in the developing world, but with increasing numbers in Europe and North America. The Ismaili Imamate itself, as you may know, is an international institution that goes back some 15 centuries to the time of Prophet Muhammad, may peace be upon him and his family. This means that when I inherited my role just 61 years ago, I became the 49th hereditary Imam of the Ismaili Muslims. Through the centuries, the seat of the Ismaili Imamate has been formally designated in one or more locations by the Imam of the time, depending on the requirements of the day. It has known many homes over the years throughout the Arabian Peninsula, in the Middle East, in South Asia, and in North Africa. It moved to Cairo in the 10th century when my ancestors founded that city. The decision to establish a new seat here in Portugal, at the gracious invitation of your government, is one that has been taken after much reflection and consultation. It represents a true milestone moment in the long history of the imamate. The authority of the Ismaili Imam is spiritual rather than temporal in nature. At the same time, Islam believes fundamentally that the spiritual and material worlds are inextricably connected. This means that the Imam of the time also has a responsibility for improving the quality of life, the quality of worldly life, for his people and for the peoples among whom the Ismailis live. It is to advance those responsibilities that so much of my attention over these 60 years has been committed not only to strengthening the Imamat's capacities to fulfill its mandate, but also to the work of what we now call the AKDN, the Arkan Development Network. The AKDN includes a variety of agencies working in the fields of economic development, education, healthcare, and cultural enrichment. Our fundamental objective is to do whatever we can to help to improve the quality of human life. And that is the spirit that will continue to inspire our partnership with the people and the government of Portugal. We know that the days ahead will be demanding ones, a time of profound global change. Economic developments are bringing new prospects for influence in the global East and a new sense of hope in the Golden South. One new study suggests that 2/3 of the world's growth in the next few years will be centered in the cities of the developing world. At the same time, new technologies of communication and transportation are interconnecting the world more closely than ever before. What will these new realities mean for all of us? On the one hand, we must recognize realistically that our interconnected world could bring about an increasing sense of suspicion, fear, and perhaps even vertigo as we look into the future. Diverse peoples, sadly, can sometimes interpret their differences as threats rather than as opportunities, defining their own identity by those they are against rather than what they are for. On the other hand, closer interactions in our world will also produce wonderful new opportunities for creative cooperation, for healthy interdependence, for new discovery and inspiring growth. When that happens, the opportunity to engage with people who are different from us need not be seen as a burden, but rather as a blessing. The welcoming attitude is often described as a pluralistic outlook. It was the animating concept behind one of our major AKDN projects, our establishment, together with the Government of Canada, of the Global Center for Pluralism in Ottawa. Since its founding 12 years ago, the Center has worked to advance what we all refer to as a cosmopolitan ethic. Fostering strong cosmopolitan ethic in our world is surely a central challenge of our time. As we face that challenge, Portugal is a most encouraging example. The cosmopolitan ethic has contributed abundantly to Portuguese culture in the past, and I know it will continue to animate this country's future. It is a value that we will deeply enrich with our continuing partnership as we establish here in Lisbon a city with a true global vision, a new seat of the Imamate, a committed global institution. The Ismaili Imamate will now be proudly moving some of its activities into the magnificent historic Palacete Mendonça. There we will establish our Department of Diplomatic Affairs and our Department of Jamaati Institutions. We are already planning to host here in Lisbon next year's meeting of the board of the Global Center for Pluralism, as well as the inaugural Aga Khan Award for Music. And there will be much more to follow. And so our planning moves forward. We know that we face a demanding future, but as we engage with those demands, the Ismaili Imamate will draw strength from our continuing sense of partnership with the people and the government of Portugal. So let us then go forward together, bound by our shared past, committed to our shared values, and inspired by our shared hopes for a constructive, purposeful future. Thank you.
मेरी जान तू, मेरी शान तू, मेरा कलमा तू, ईमान तू, मेरी आरज़ू, मेरी जुस्तजू, हर ज़र्रे में बस तू ही तू। दुआओं में ही तुझको मैंने याद कर लिया है, बस तेरा नाम हर वक्त सबकी ज़ुबान पे है। अली 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 ओ अली 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 ओ अब तेरे सिवा ना कोई हमसफर तेरी दीद को मैं पालूं अगर हो जाऊंगा मैं तो तरबतर बस पाँच वक्त की मैं अदा नमाज करता यूं तेरी इनायत जो बरसेगी मुझ पे अली 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 अली
Here at Lisboa 2018, you'll meet Ismailis from all over the world. Where are you guys from?
We are from India.
Congo!
DRC!
What is your favorite Diamond Jubilee celebration memory?
Well, I would say this is it. Being here in Lisbon with the Jamaat from so many countries is just amazing.
No matter where you look, people have smiles on their faces. They're meeting old friends and making new ones.
He's Portuguese and I'm U.S. citizen, and I've never met an Ismaili that's Portuguese, so this was an amazing experience, and I'm just thrilled to be here connecting with other Ismailis all over the world.
Coming across people you haven't seen in 40, 50 years, and seeing them and all the changes, and all these people from different countries meeting under one roof.
I'm on my quest to find more Jubilee memories. So, can I join the selfie? Yeah. Okay. One Jamaat coming together, and the memories made at Lisboa 2018 will last a lifetime. A lot of people will remember the weather here at Lisboa 2018. It is so hot right now that I might just trade this microphone for an ice cream. Some of the most memorable moments of the Diamond Jubilee celebration came at the Jubilee Arts Festival. We saw everything from musicians jamming on a bus to show-stopping numbers on the grand stage at the Altice Arena for the International Talent Showcase. The International Art Gallery gave Ismaili artists a platform to showcase their work, as well as a chance to collaborate with artists they never dreamed of working with.
A person like me who's an engineer who doesn't practice this as part of his career, it's a massive opportunity to come to a platform like this and showcase my work.
And on the silver screen, 54 films were screened at the inaugural International Film Festival at the Nós Cinema at the Centro Vasco da Gama. Outside the Jubilee celebration grounds, memories were being made at the Ismaili Center, Lisbon. To commemorate its 20th anniversary, the Global Jamaat was invited for guided tours of the center to learn about its unique architecture.
I think that the Ismaili Center, Lisbon is such an incredible building. There's so much in that building. There's so much symbolism and so much power in the design.
Back here at Parque das Nações, it wouldn't be a Diamond Jubilee celebration without Patio Mela. From DJs to dandia and even World Cup games, Patio Mela had something for everyone. It's truly a venue for communal joy, all day and into the night. On stage at the Altice Arena, the Jubilee concert series culminated today with Sufi Voyage, a must-see performance featuring Ustad Rahat Fateh Ali Khan and Salim Suleiman, a coming together of Bollywood, folk, and devotional music.
Jubilee Mubarak, Mubarak, Jubilee Mubarak.
On the eve of Global Durbar, I want to wish all of you Diamond Jubilee Mubarak on behalf of everyone here at Lisboa 2018. That's it for today. Adeus, good night, and Yali Madet. Yali Madet and Diamond Jubilee Mubarak. I'm your host, Natasha Gaza, and today we have a very special 11th of July edition of Late Night in Lisboa.
Diamond Jubilee Mubarak!
It is a momentous day in our history, and there were smiles on everyone's faces as the Jamaat came together for the final Durbar of the Diamond Jubilee. More than 40,000 Ismailis from over 45 countries gathered to witness this historic event.
On behalf of all the Jamaat present here, I welcome His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Portugal, Professor Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa, to this Durbar.
May all of you, as well as all of us, pay tribute to Your Highness and your family on this historic day, and be welcome to Portugal. I feel I'm sure that Portugal became your home forever.
And on behalf of the Jamaat, my family and myself, I want to thank His Excellency the President for sharing this time with us. This morning, I signed an instrument designating the seat of the Ismaili Imamate here in Lisbon, which I have decided to name as the Diwan of the Ismaili Imamate. This historic step to further strengthen the capacities of the Imamate's institutions to better serve the Jamaat's needs. I express my gratitude to the government and people of Portugal for inviting me to establish this seat here. The establishment of this seat provides that the Imamate and the government will continue to work together to enhance the understanding among Muslims and non-Muslims and contribute to peace and stability around the world. We now have, alhamdulillah, Portugal as our partner.
ये लम्हे ये पल हम बरसों याद करेंगे, ये मौसम चले गए तो हम फरियाद करेंगे। ये लम्हे ये पल हम बरसों याद करेंगे, ये मौसम चले गए तो हम फरियाद करेंगे। इन सपनों की तस्वीरों से, इन यादों की जंजीरों से अपने दिल को कैसे हम आजाद करेंगे। ये मौसम चले गए तो हम फरियाद करेंगे। ये लम्हे ये पल हम बरसों याद करेंगे। ये लम्हे तो हैं बहुत हसीन, इन लम्हों पर कुछ लिखा नहीं। ये आबाद करेंगे, ये मौसम चले गए तो हम फरियाद करेंगे। ये लम्हे ये पल हम बरसों याद करेंगे, ये मौसम चले गए तो हम फरियाद करेंगे। ये लम्हे ये पल हम बरसों याद करेंगे, ये मौसम चले गए तो हम फरियाद करेंगे। बरसों याद करेंगे, बरसों याद करेंगे।